All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good night for everybody that listens to this. Uh this is a week delayed, but instead of waiting a potential another week, I said fuck it. I want to stream and figured I'd get rid of this little thing I've been researching for. And no, I don't know what's going on with Lou. I'm imagining, he's just taking a break from the internet. What's up, Bob? How you doing, man? All right, so the children of God. The children of God. Actually, you know what? Let me
All
load
right.
this. But children of God, well, now known as the Family International, it's a cult that was founded in Huntington Beach, California in 1968. Originally named Teens for Christ. Uh, they rebranded a lot. I'm working on patina and edges on a few blades. I finally finished, so mostly AFK, but listening. All right, yeah. Fuck. Hell yeah. Blades. So you're sharpening blades. That's what I'm gathering. I don't know what patina is, but yeah, breaks are always nice. I try. That's why in between streams I usually take breaks. But the Children of God. So when you hear Children of God, most people are gonna think that who was it? What's Joaquin Phoenix's brother? I know why. Well, the Phoenixes were essentially like OG motherfuckers in that Children of God cult. River Phoenix. Yeah, most people will remember Children of God for River Phoenix and all the the pedophilia cult and flirty fishing. They started the flirty fishing thing, which all the other cults and fucking weird fringe belief like groups started fucking using flirty fishing. And I should have heard about these folks before. Yeah, these folks are crazy. I got a lot. Let's see. Most of my resources are I had so many different resources, and then all I did was I just typed in X family, and I found a website that compiles everything I was going to use and actually links them. So, but anyways, so the family, yeah, okay. So the Family International or Children of God, as we're in that era, the beginning. River Joaquin, Rose McGowan. Who is Rose McGowan? After her film debut in a brief role in the comedy, The Doom Generation. I don't know who Rose McGowan is. Who's Jeremy Spencer? Oh, Fleetwood. Oh, I got something about Jeremy Spencer. But yeah, so Family International is a weird fucking group. Patina is just acid edge finish on the metal, just doing some finishing steps on the last thing are the etch and then put the final edge on. Rose McGowan too. Yeah, what's up, James Fountain? So, all right, now, but okay, so they started off as what is it? Teens for Christ, rebranded and ended up at the Family International. And surprisingly, there's two eras of the Family International, but everyone knows them as the Family. So what I knew the Children of God was being a sex doomsday cult. That's what I knew. Famous retards, the fewer you recognize, the better off you are. Yeah, that's true. Oh shit. All right, so former like ever in the 80s, I want to say in the 90s, all like in the late 80s, mid 90s, that's when all the former members were accused for the child, physical abuse to kids and this weird pedophilia sex. I would say they're libertine, and like they were just. Oh, that's when people were criticizing them for how they recruited And fucking, you can just look online and see endless stories from like hundreds of kids at this, well, hundreds of adults now at this point. And actually, there's some teenagers in there from today that talks about the trauma they got. It's mainly in the 70s and 80s. She was prominent in Harvey Weinstein accuser. Oh, a girl that grew up in a sex cult is accusing somebody of pedophilia. That's weird. That is so weird. Huh. Why? I wonder why she landed on Harvey Weinstein. What's up, Tommy? So, alright, so now that is the description of the Family International. Here is some propaganda. Actually, I think I played this for the Tism Basement. Or maybe the last WeirdoZ.
Alright. So you think you're so big you can just do it on your own, like the prodigal son when he ran away from home. Was his very own man, took his life in his own hands, but was brought to his knees when a famine hit the land. A fool for the system eating with the swine, or a fool for his daddy back home drinking wine. Now you're headed for the pit, and I congratulate you. Take a look.
So that is the quality of their media propaganda. They were Luciferian cult. Not exactly. They weren't exactly a Luciferian cult. But, oh, hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing? Maybe try not to make your cult propaganda pure-ass night. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, you can see I have a million tabs. Here's some, here's some more of their propaganda. This is their cartoon for kids. Let's see if I could watch anything. Yeah, alright, so let's watch this.
Hi, I'm Cherub.
Here's a series your children will love and learn from. Cherub Wings, the
What's up, Mr.
award-winning
Man?
animated series that teaches children the basic principles of their Christian faith in a way they will never forget.
I sure learned a good lesson about obeying the rules.
The right thing to do would have been to obey God and not to have listened to the serpent in the first place.
Utilizing Bible stories, songs, and object lessons, Cherub Wings encourages children in their walk with God.
Alright, I can't handle this shit anymore. Well, this is Cherub Wings, and this is propaganda done by our beloved cult. Actually, I think I might have propaganda. Do I got propaganda? Sorry, give me one sec. Yeah, family media. So that should be right here. Alright, so oh, pornography. So back to the website I found, xfamily.org. I'm going to put this in the description after the stream. Today we're pulling the wings off angels. Fuck yeah, brother. Yeah, all you got is me. Where is Lou? I want to make a poster and just have everyone who streams just put that poster up until Lou returns. I think Bronx maybe was a little bit too mean. Just kidding. I don't know. What's up, Yoshi? They have evolved since the 60s. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, Yoshi. What's up, man? I have all of that. I have a lot all the way up until even 2018, 2017. Up to that Patrick dude losing his shit. But that's spoilies. Anyways, Family International are disgusting. They fucking are. And that's why I wanted to do this. Because this leads into my next subject, which is I think libertinism? Libertine. I know it's libertine. But anyways, so the founder of the cult is David Berg, who's a failed Christian and Missionary Alliance pastor. And so born a man, he at age 3 was fed up with okay. Hold on, I wrote a joke for this. What is it? Born a man at age 3, he was fed up with being a titless female, so David shoved a Vienna sausage in his pussy and grew up with it attached forever. That's my insult to David Berg, that scumbag. Do you have anything on military demonic soldiers of the coming Armageddon? I do not, but that is a subject I am open to, look into. But anyways. Hold up. Oh. I caught a bleed. All right. Anyways. Back. And because of David's problems from 1919 birth to 1922 transitioning, 1968 he started being an evangelical preacher with the following of born-again loonies. Okay, so they would annoy shoppers outside of grocers and even they would annoy shoppers outside of grocers with their evangelicalism. And they would even annoy the Mexicans waiting outside a Home Depot. Those hard-waiting Mexicans. David Berg and his born-again loonies would harass them. Okay, so right after they were harassing people, trying to recruit, the born-again, gross-ass hippies started developing leadership because they were getting a following. And because of that, they started opening trap harems all over the country. They call them communes, but I prefer, since they're a weirdo doomsday sex cult, they just fit with being a trap harem. Yeah, I got shit about flirty fishing. I got some videos, I think. And David Berg would like to write letters to communicate with the smelly hippies. And he wrote, like, do anybody know how many he wrote? Let's see. That's not it. No, I have a writing of his I wanted to read. But he would write all the, like, this, he would write fan fiction for his flock to listen to, or read, I mean. It's like, and like, he wrote 3,000. Over like almost 3,000 little fan fictions for his smelly hippie flock. And he started calling himself like what is it, a prophet and shit. And when he was writing, he would try to humanize himself, like talking about his alcoholism and then talking about what other groups do and just comparing what his mistakes with their mistakes. It was weird. And he was just a delusional fucking addict that never snapped out of that mind state. Like that addict mind state, I should say. But I think I do have, what is it? Docs Fam UDB. I got a link right here. I'm gonna look. Let's look at. Yes, alright, so oh, that's the fucking love. This is the charter. God damn it. The charter's later. Yeah, they have flirty fishing. Did you see all the shit they do to a kid called Devito? I have a condition. I have some things. I don't know if I have anybody specifically named Devito. I got Josh Likens, Jolien Berg, Daniel Pascal, and Ricky Rodriguez. I don't have any Davitos. But anyways, where are we at? Oh yeah, so after as he humanized himself, he started that hippie saying, "Flee as a bird to your mountain," which for some reason that freaked out a group of his followers to think that they had to run away from America, and that's why there's like compounds across the world, because they fled America because they thought that was about to like have its own apocalypse. And then I think the people that thought they had to flee America ended up being the fucking leaders after David died. YouTube, I have a condition. YouTube cut off. Oh, did it? Did it kill your I have a condition follow up? So anyways, I got some videos. Flirty fishing, we're not at that point yet. Right here. Right here. So here's a reading of some of his letters. So, like, as I said, David wrote like weird fan fiction for his hippies to follow and live like off of. See, by Moses David. Oh, he went by Moses David. So they were called what MO letters. Oh yeah, right here, Mo letter.
This is Mo letter number 150. The title
This is Mo letter 150.
is Have Faith Will Travel. My dear children, greetings in Jesus'
How I would find it insulting if someone called me children.
precious name.
Like when they were seriously trying to address me.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I've been waiting for a year ever since we were in Israel when we wrote you that first letter begging you to prepare new teams for the road and pleading with you to teach and train them how to travel.
All right, I am not 100% positive this is David Berg, but it could be.
How to care for their vehicles, how to equip them for camping, how to pack.
Oh shit, it is an audio recording of David Brant Berg in 1970. Holy fuck.
Pack and load.
This is David Berg. Yeah.
My fellow children, I broke my glasses.
And drive and camp and witness, and specifically asking you
Wow,
to
he sounds
please
really
write up
parasitic.
exact detailed instructions and print them for distribution to all the leaders of new
That's probably at least a part of why you aren't in a cult. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, fair point. I always, this morning I was listening to it was cults and fringe religious groups. Iceberg. It was something like that. And I started listening to like some of these religions that popped up that was described. I'm like, huh, that sounds interesting. I would like to integrate myself in that community to see what they're like. Like some of these really fringe religious groups, and then like the deeper in the iceberg, like the more like the temples in the middle of fucking Asia, just in the mountains, like tied to like some crazy part of Buddhism, where they believe like magic, like element magic would fucking save them or whatever. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I would like to be a part of one of those religions. I don't believe, like, I believe in a higher power. I just don't believe in a being. So I was like, well, second thought, since I believe that kind of excludes me from a lot of cool religions. A good Christian name right there, Berg. Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right, so I want to play some more of this Mo letter.
teams on exactly what to do when on the road. But here we are at last, sending out dozens of new teams, already establishing many new colonies, and I have yet to see one sheet of instructions on how to travel and camp and so on. Well, I can't say the Spirit didn't warn me that although many of your leaders have had excellent experience along this line from the very beginning, and I thought they could surely do this, I had a sneaking feeling even then that I would eventually be the guy who was going to have to write up these instructions.
Yeah, all right, so I like how he's kind of sounding inconvenienced that he has to. Look at this hairline. So his face is turned at an angle, but his hairline is looking straight at me. So if we lined this hairline up, that would go straight down over his left eye, left side of the nose. But yeah, look at this dude's fucking hairline. No wonder he created some weirdo sex cult. But that was part of the Mo letter. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, Shrimp. Hold on, let me get you a link, sir. I forgot. You got scam diddly dude. Link to the Tism Basement Discord. I'll invite you to other servers after this. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, okay, so as we're talking about these Mo letters, and he had all these weird sayings, the people that got scared by his flee as a bird to your mountain, fleeing across the country, opening new trap harems and recruiting new smelly hippies. At the end of Children of God, before like the name got changed, their only legacy was like pedophilia and starting flirty fishing, which helped other cults gather, like doomsday cults and just weird French Christian groups. And they used that to also recruit him. And oh, and here's a excerpt about one of the members. Where that though? They got best Ricky Rodriguez. Ah, right here. From Messy Nessie Cheek. But on Monday afternoon in 1971, Jeremy Spencer, Fleetwood Mac's then lead guitarist, popped out of the band's Los Angeles hotel to grab some groceries. It was the last time they saw him, reported Rolling Stones, before Spencer disappeared without a trace. No note was left, no baggage taken. When management found him 3 days later, Spencer was in the industrial downtown building with his hair cut short and clothes swapped for rags, proclaiming strict allegiance to a new evangelical hippie cult. He hasn't looked back since, nor is he the token celebrity of the controversial group now known as the Family International. Actors Rose McGowan as well as River and Joaquin Phoenix were also members of the cult. So what was the draw? Fuck this spice. Sort knows. What do I knows? But so is it standings. That was him. He looks like he would join a weirdo sex cult. He looks like he would run his own weirdo sex cult. That's funny. He just quits the fight. All right, so where are we at? 1978. Yeah, 1978. David, after deciding he was done with being a child of God, decided to spurg out and become the family of love, which of course they did. The late 70s and all of the 80s were about the new religion and operating as a family unit together. Smart way to join the era with a trend. This is where the juicy details of how fucked, the family of love is, because David had to address the behavior of 300 leaders to the public sussed out and were mad about the abuse of position in the cult. This era was a seed of what the world knows as the family, but the only interesting bit is the fact that, yeah, flirting fishing was started in 1978. It was used by everyone, and David announced it over to like the 100,000, that announced that over like 100,000 people has been touched, and it has been touched, so they were part smelly hippie. And then I think, let's see if this actually is it.
Berg's daughter, Faithy, ends up evangelizing in Libya. While explaining the love of Jesus to a devout Muslim, she somehow ends up in bed with the man.
Of course, I had never, ever had sex with anybody that I wasn't married to. And I had never had sex with anybody that was what I would consider a heathen.
Guilt-ridden, Faithy immediately calls her father, who has already been in touch with the Almighty.
And then my father said, why, it's exactly the same day we got this prophecy. They called the flirty fish. And he said, why, it's amazing. He said, this is exactly what God was revealing to us, that there would be instances in which we would have to portray God's love in a physical way, and that there was nothing wrong with it.
Berg's vision seems divinely inspired. What else but
So there we go. David Berg was like, well, in order to show your appreciation and love for God, you're going to have to express it physically at some point. This somehow meaning that sex means worshiping God. And then from there, that planted the seeds of just sex as religion. You're only in Kenny Jones's Discord. Right on. So I think I have evidence of, not evidence, but oh, okay, there's some cartoons for flirty fishing. So it started in Practice by the Children of God from 1974 to 1987. Woo, it's over a decade. Oh, they quit doing flirty fishing because the AIDS scare. But here's a picture of flirty fishing. Hell yeah. Join TTB. So here's some of the artwork they had for cult members. All right, so it says, question, does loved sexually also include kissing and light petting? We suggest you only include masturbation, sucking, and actual intercourse in the figures of fish, mate, brother or sister love sexual. Oh yeah, that's right. They were big into incest and pedophilia. So when I say this is a weirdo sex cult, they were a weirdo sex cult. Like, so children born as a result of their flirty fishing were called Jesus babies. The family used a comic book called Life with Grandpa Real Fathers. What up? What up? Here we go. Let's see if I can zoom in. Real Fathers. One of my favorite times of the day is when Techie and I go for our special daddy time with Grandpa in his room. Often he tells us a new Grandpa story, and we always learn something exciting and new. We've come to say goodnight. Love you, Grandpa. Oh my, what a kiss. I love you too, honey. And I love you too, sweet boy. We had a special prayer for you that you would really, that you would have a really good night's sleep. Thanks you. God bless you. That helps me sleep so much better when you all pray for me. And they're just thanking each other back and forth. But it's just weird. Like they had a cartoon. What the fuck, dude? So there's cartoons about why there's different skin colors in your family. True, Sean. Discord is fucking cancer. But alright. Now we got through the kind of a boring era. 82 to the end of Children of God. Ah, it's glorious. Because this is where you guys are all asking about shit. Like, so throughout the 80s is where most people know of the pedophilia, beatings, weird punishments, and where David was criticized the most. Well, I personally do. But it wasn't until the late 80s that the family addressed there was pedophilia, and they announced it was excommunicable if found out. But that never happened. Bro, in this cult, it was no snitching, and even now, today, 2021, the no snitching thing is enforced even more hardcore. But, yeah, no snitching within the groups. And fucking before David's death, when the pedo shit became, it either became quieter or it was for real punishable, but I don't think they actually rooted out in the open pedophilia until after David's death, personally. But some fucking Washington Post cuck went in and said they were clean and submissive. They're just a clean cut bunch of cucks. Like, I think I got the, no, this is, no, where's my Washington Post thing? Hold on, folks. Where's my, I had a link. I swear to God I did. All right, fuck it. Let's see. Oh, so, all right. So as we're talking about the crazy 80s, you know, the crazy 80s, this cult also would, you know, abduct kids for the cult. This is a perfect point to bring up. Oh shit. So actually so they're saying early 1970s. But Nathan Berg, obviously a child of what's his face? Wait, hold on. One of the earliest reports of child abduction by members of the organization was noted in 1974. Just 2 weeks prior to the birth of her second child, her third pregnancy, some Children of God members wanted to know how to have intercourse with pregnant girls. David Berg ruled that someone would have to demonstrate. Paul Berg volunteered, but Sarah refused to cooperate. Her husband then beat her across the stomach with a 2x4. She sought medical assistance and gave birth in a systems doctor's office over the objectives of the family. Oh, systems doctors, I imagine, is the outside people. As punishment, her son Nathan was taken away from her, and she and the new child were kept prisoner in a trailer. That's obscene, dude. On the second night, she slipped past the guard who had walked away without permission. She walked 6 miles carrying a newborn daughter and escaped. She later returned with others to the Cog Thurber commune to get her infant son. She was refused by Paul Burke and John Treadwell to obtain the child. So yeah, okay. So Nathan Berg, she gave birth to the child. She left and came back to get him back, and they said no. So I guess that's considered child abduction. Yeah, bro. You still like David Berg? I don't like David Berg. Her husband and the Children of God subsequently abducted and refused to return her to marriage. So the McManus children joined at 15. Left, what is that, 4 years later? So yeah, she was 19. She left, and her husband came and got her kids. But at least she won against the civil suit. What I'm trying to say is the 80s were 70s and 80s Children of God was wild. No David Stay. Oh. I never watched him much. But let's get back into flirty fishing. I got another video.
When we interviewed Kenneth Copeland, we had some questions we wanted to ask him about his private jet use. He got really angry at me. He flirted with me. He tried a couple of different tactics.
Comments.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes.
People that fly commercial are demons.
If you give me a chance to talk, sweetheart, I'll explain this to you. And I have a lot of natural gas on our property. Didn't know that, did you, baby?
Now I do.
Yeah, you do. Isn't that one?
Dude, he has no eyes, bro. He has no eyes, bro. Oh, fuck. Eyes are fake. If eyes are fake, then birds aren't real. Oh, fuck, dude. All right, let's listen to him sweet talk the reporter lady, because this is actually entertaining.
Well, I guess. Thank you so much for your time
What's your
today. Lisa Guerrero.
Lisa, God bless, Father bless Lisa today. Thank you for her grandparents. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to know her and to her team.
Wait, so I think he was the grandpa character in that cartoon. I don't know. I should have learned the religion a little bit more. The old fake eyes. Yeah. Dude, his eyes didn't exist for like in that frame. So.
And I pray and I believe her piece will be successful. I love Inside Edition. I love the people on it. And it thrills me to get a chance to have my face on Inside Edition.
Thank you
I
very
love
much,
you,
Reverend.
girl.
You have a nice day.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so that's Kenneth Copeland. Okay.
Hi, this is Ted. Today I'm going to be asking the question right off the bat because I want to get this out of the way with.
Nope. I should have I should have watched past the first fucking minute. All right, so I do have an actual flirty fishing video. Never mind. That's just the same video I watched. What is this?
The family portrayed.
Oh, never mind. He was straight up hitting on her. Yeah. So that was just an evangelic. That's just televangelist. That's crazy. So that's even weirder. Kenneth Copeland. I don't know much about Kenneth Copeland. All right. So, where are we back? Are we back in the 70s? Yeah. So 80s. All right. So okay. Before it's David's death, though, when the pedo shit became quieter or for real punishable, is when reporters and shit were invited in. So when they started stamping down on the pedophilia or making it harder to detect, yeah, they literally lifted the ban of reporters and state workers coming in the compound. What is this? Beliefs. We'll go through their beliefs. That's abductions. All this, how they disciplined people back then and especially nowadays. Family media. Flirty fishing. Oh, I got a lot of documents. All right, so this is can you guys see this? Is this popping up on stream? Where's OBS? All right, here we go. Yes, we're gonna go through some flirty fishing. Like up the stream. Yeah, like the fucking stream, dude. Because this is now Cult of Weirdos or Weird Conversations. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just keep renaming this shit. All right, so part-time supporters, escort, and flirty fishing. Thanks for calling again. Bought with a price, a how-to manual for escort flirty fishers by a flirty fisher in the Far East. While discussing with my loving mate the exciting testimonies of my escort service dates, he began to encourage me to write about the subject for the girls in the family who might want to try such a ministry but were not sure how to go about it. Dude! Oh yeah, I forgot this is back when the sex thing was like the only thing they cared about, and supposedly religion. But that's crazy. The husband's like, yeah, while you're whoring yourself out, write about it and tell other people how I'm being cucked so they can cuck their husbands. All right, so he said that the testimonies he'd heard from the girls in our international city for the past year since we began pioneering this outreach seem to be bearing such good fruit in helping many lonely people, soul saved, and financial support for the home. So this even says they just go after people that are down. Oh, fuck. That's crazy. And this is telling you how to operate within the escort shit. Dude, this is crazy. This is cult propaganda, bro. And only 20 minutes was in the elevator with him saying goodbye as he went off to his dinner appointment. I hadn't even had the time to stop shaking from the taxi ride, and my first date was already over. I returned to my friend's apartment and told her what happened, and she remembered the same man quite well as she had spent some time with him and had witnessed to him. I was glad she had because I didn't have a chance to say much at all in our limited conversation except that I believed in God. Oh, dude. Oh, you're good, Sean. Don't let Bronx bully you. Stand up for yourself. Tell Bronx he's being a bad bully. All right. So what else do I got? I got Life with Grandpa, flirty fishing. So let's try to find some other beliefs. What would it be? Would it be theology? Or would it be spirit world? Here we go. Let's go down the madness. The family claims knowledge in many individual demons, angels, and other spirits. They believe that referring to spirits by names given their prayers extra effect. Well, I mean, a lot of people do that. But here's some of the fucking the evil spiritual beings. Bacchus, tentacle demon of addiction and carnality, also causes eating disorders. Hong Kong Gulagong, an Aboriginal demon who tags missionaries using lacerated breasts. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck that description. Oh, I'm crying. Hong Kong Gulagong, Aboriginal demon who attacks missionaries using lacerated breasts. What the fuck, dude? See, that would sound so cool if I was like going through a Lovecraft like universe wiki. I'm confused, bros. It's kind of a weird question. The kind you hear before you get whacked. Hey, that is a very solid point, Sean. Alright, so they believe in another evil spiritual being called Pan, an archdemon who aims to control minds and cause doubt. So I guess we're all infected by Pan. Vandari, vandals of the underworld who work through people opposing the family. So essentially, I'm a Vandari influenced person. And then the helpful spiritual beings they pray to: Abraham, Bulgarian gypsy, responsible for Berg's alcohol. No. Oh, that's fucking great. A Bulgarian gypsy responsible for Berg's alcoholism. Berg's responsible for his alcoholism, not a fucking Bulgarian gypsy. Archangel Michael from the Bible. Archrothon or Arcos, conduit of God's power. Brynhild defends and fights for the family, and Alaya draws members to use the keys of the kingdom. That's weird. That's weird. So what other crazy shit? Actually, I want to look up Hong Kong Gulagong. Spirit helper. Let's just look up family mythology. Oof. So there's a lot more demons in this crazy cult. Do they have a picture of Hong Kong Gulagong? So this is Hong Kong Gulagong, the Battle of the Bosoms. Is believed by the family to be a sexually ambiguous Australian Aboriginal hitchhiking demon who attacks Christian missionaries who bring the advances of Western civilization to dark-skinned people and Aborigines in particular. The name Gulagong was revealed by David Berg in a coughing fit where every cough was a word and every word was shaped like a nipple with all the nerves running up to the nipple. Berg described... That just sounds like he had a fucking respiratory infection, you fucking retard. Berg described in a 1981 demonic attack as similar to being overwhelmed by smothering female. See, I can't even do a serious stream about these retards. Yeah, so ear juice. Nah, it would be... No, I wouldn't say juice. It would be Hong Kong Gulagong. He's a helpful spirit. Rest in peace, Juice. The name Gulagong is shared by Yvonne Gulagong Colley, winner of the 1971 and 1980 Women's Wimbledon Tennis Championships, who is also of Aboriginal heritage. The following is excerpted from Hong Kong Gulagong, The Battle of Bosoms, posted in 1981. Can I read this? So this is decrees. We were walking through this jungle and he kept coming up in my throat. It was like a gurgle and I kept seeing these words that were like titties and nipples. Isn't that funny? That I somehow had to grab and conquer her, like you conquer a woman, you know. Based. And I kept grabbing them one after another every time they made me cough, especially that bad one that kept coming up in my throat until I finally got the name and was able to say it and resist it by name. Thank you, Jesus. So you'd better tell them not to send me any more tapes with any more Gulagongs. Amen. Bro, that was a prayer? Yeah, Juice is still alive. I was just going thematically. Fuck. So these are prayers, I think. You should pray over every pile of mail you get before you open it. Before you even touch it, honey. They ought to pray over it even when they're picking it up at the post office and rebuke every devil, every demon is Satan in Jesus' name and not even touch it until they've prayed. It's dangerous. They brought that Gulagong home with that tape and he jumped on me and made me cough in the night. So this is just ramblings, not prayers. So he's scared of a gabagool. Who's Gayhool? Shout out to Gino. So this guy is fucking insane. I dreamed I was in Australia and I was fighting these evil forces. These evil spirits of the Aborigines, the gods or the devils of the Aborigines, and that's when I started coughing. So he's talked about this thing making him cough 30 fucking times. Shit. And this one entry, 152 things he has to say about fucking the Gabagool monster. Fuck, dude. This guy's Gahul. I don't know who Gahul is. I remember once PPP bringing his name up back when all the beef with PPP and he just first started. So scrolling down through my little timeline. Oh, actually, Messy Chic. Messy Nasty Chic. What do I got from you? Oh, I already covered that, so it doesn't matter. All right, so let's go back into just the weirdness of the 80s. Kidnappings? No. Not what I wanted. I need main page. Abuse. So, they are very well known. Gabagool. Gabagool. So let's go check. I don't want to read about their pedophilia and shit. I read enough about it. It made me upset. So the family's doctrines and practice. So Mary Berg is an example of this, and the ordeal she undertook was horrific enough without the literal demonization the family used to vilify her. When members leave and deign criticize the leaders or the practices, the characterization is completed and they are demonized as the enemy and the least corrupted or possessed. The members who remain often are told to pray against their newfound enemy and curse them with death and worse. So that's where the demons come in, is praying and cursing. Yeah, I really don't know who Gabagool is. I came in here only knowing he Jazz because I seen King of Pole cry. Like, I came in right when he made that post on Kiwi Farms because I was reading the JMK thread. It wasn't the JMK thread. It was another thread. The PPP. It was some kind of PPP thread. I was watching PPP because I watched the Medicare thing. And then from PPP, being like King of Pole talking about PPP in a thread, I seen him mention He-Jazz and Bloodsport, so I watched He-Jazz, and then from He-Jazz I found Happy Hour, and then the Tism Basement. I don't know a lot of surrounding people. I'm still learning shit. I don't know all the shit with the Dark Ninja or whatever. But alright, so the last date, what is the last date when it comes to psychological abuse? For exchange between Mary Berg at the age of 14 and her grandfather David Berg refused to as dad. Oh, so this is all right. So this is along the lines of what Mary Berg, the granddaughter of David Berg, experienced before she left the cult. And this is when she was like the big name, one of the big name or people speaking out, obviously because of Berg. And she kind of blew open the fucking psychological abuse. And this was 1987. So yeah, this is the 80s. So this is still in that era. It's the end era. 87 is kind of the end. I've heard of King of Paw. I think King of Paws. Not Pole. Yeah, my bad. King of Paws. Diane Brunn. I guess I gotta check it out. But anyways, so let's skim through this argument Mary Berg had with her dad, just to see what she went through. MB comes in and greets her dad with a loving kiss and embrace because they're into fucking incest and pedophilia, of course. And then so dad breaks into strong tongues for one full minute as he grabs Mary Berg with both hands and violently shakes her with every phrase he shouts it. So imagine a fucking 14-year-old just be shaken by an old man. Get out of here, devil. Get out of her in Jesus' name. Get out of here. In the name of Jesus, get out of her. Hallelujah. In Jesus' name, I rebuke you, Satan. Look at me. Get out of there. Slaps her face. Get out of there. And all she's saying is, yes, sir. And probably crying. Right on. You watching all the Nightmare on Elm Street. Right on. Why would he deny it? Like, well, I don't think King of Pole will give a shit if I say he's absolutely the gayest thing ever. I don't like Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Bronx. I really don't. I liked Freddy vs. Jason. That's about it. All right, so let's get to this weird psychological shit. David Berg. I have to mentally prepare myself. Where's the Deb? All right. So he's screaming at her. It just screaming, yelling at her, saying God's angry with her. And then he says, from now on, I'm going to knock the devil out of you if I have to. So he's saying, like, hey, I'm going to start hitting you soon, bitch. And he gets in her face. All she said is, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a... For a weirdo hippie sex cult, they always end up like really violent and shit. So has anybody ever punished you like that before? Yes. Wait, hold on. So she's getting shaken, and then Uncle Peter answered him. I spanked her once real hard. Ooh, that's a name we could look into. Well, she undoubtedly need it. Maria, it wasn't anything like what you just gave her though. When was this, Peter? When we had a prayer for her a while back. I have a rod here. Will you please? Oh, so he's going to bring a metal rod and spank her on her ass. What? Do you want me to help you know what you're going to get? Come here. Ugh. This is gross. Another yes. Now she's crying. So she starts crying right here at this point. And this goes on for a while. She cries, and then she finally says, no, sir. No, sir. Yeah, so he's saying people got, if she gets into the same foolishness, other people have the right to start hitting her. And this is when he starts talking about the gross pedo shit. You can get King of Pole as a standing co-host, or just talk about fighting Ethan Ralph for outlines. You'll summon him. Well, just reading that's going to summon him. Actually giving him credit for introducing me to He-Jazz because he hated it. Like when he was talking, the second he started talking shit about Juice and He-Jazz, I was like, this has to be an interesting show. And it was. Fuck it, I give it to fucking Juice, Stretch, and Half. They put on a hell of a fucking funny show. Just three dudes sitting around, fucking around with people. Interesting fucking show. All right, anyway, so let's, oh my God, I think it's, the last resort is now we're going to have to beat you with the rod until it really hurts and you don't want it anymore, right? Yes, sir. But if that doesn't work, then what can we do? We can't kill you. That's God's business. We'll have to get rid of you. Now that's the facts. No one wants to sleep with you. They're actually afraid of you because you've been under the control of the devil. So at 14, she's raised to understand what sleeping with each other is and what sleeping with someone means. She gets the concept of that. David Berg at 14 references it while he's screaming at her, saying no one wants her, no one loves her, she's evil, while hitting her and blaming her for it. David Berg conditioned her to believe 14-year-old was okay to have sex with, and that no one wants to sleep with her because she's possessed by the devil. And he hit her because of her own possession that she couldn't control. This is fucking David Berg. Children of God. The Family International. Fucking piece of shit. I'm a fucking asshole. I know. Yeah, I knew King of Pole from the DSP shit too. He got way too involved with that Spurred community in there. That's how he kind of weaseled his way into the Ross situation, because King of Pole was browsing Kiwi Farms. And I'm imagining, since he's involved in the King of Pole community because he was looking into him, or he's just I believe he actually had some people that he knew that was like anti-DSP, and then wormed his way through the Kiwi Farms thread. And since he knew of these guys, That's how he wormed his way into the Ross situation outside of the Medicare shit. Because King of Pool was involved before Medicare, actually. Pretending to have a wife and kids. Yeah, he got caught off for having a wife. I don't think he talked about kids. He talked about a wife. And then he got called out by the wife. Quote unquote wife, I think. Alright, so he's telling David Berg is telling his 14-year-old granddaughter that no one wants to fuck her because she's possessed by the devil, and that he would kill her if he could, but that's God's business, so he won't. So he nothings her, his own granddaughter. I think, or is everyone named Berg? I don't fucking know. And he's hitting her with a rod at 14, bare on the ass. And then after he says, no one wants to fuck you because the devil possessed you, and I would kill you if there wasn't a God. He says, so we can't trust you anymore, not even after all this tonight. Now that's the picture I got while we were praying, that they're going to restrain you. We're going to punish you. You're not going to get away with this. God has put us here as parents to punish you when you do evil, and you've been doing the vilest kind of evil, the worst kind of sin. I suggest you tie her to the bed. Make sure she goes to the toilet. Ugh. I don't care if you... Make sure she goes to the toilet, the very last thing. I don't care if you wet the bed, dear. Your hands are going to be tied to your sides that night while others trying to sleep. Are you willing to submit? So, she's conditioned to accept being tied to a fucking bed. I want to be the Kiwi Pharmacy YouTube. Your avatar gets you banned. Remember? Alright, so he's telling this girl he's going to tie her to the bed. You think of it, you've gotten to the state where no one can trust you and they're afraid you might do them harm or yourself harm. So it's this girl's fault who doesn't even know why she's in trouble to fix her behavior that she doesn't know that is wrong. And she is even repeating, if beating you doesn't get the hell out of you, you're going to get the hell out of here. Mary Berg, 14-year-old girl. So this is the kind of fucking abuse that she went through in the 80s. The time I'm talking about currently in their life cycle. It's fucking crazy. Oof. Anyways. Who's Stephen Douglas Kelly? Oh, so this is the husband to current leader Karen Zerby. Alright. Then where did I get the Stephen Peepster? Oh no, Peter Amsterdam was there with yeah, right here. Peter Amsterdam, the current husband to the leader, is there when Mary Berg got abused. Oh, fuck. Talk about Rand going walkabout to the Billabong watering hole to huff petrol. What the fuck am I... Talk about Ron going... Oh, that's British. I can't do it Australian. Talk about... let's see, I can't... Talk about Ron going walkabout. See, I can't do... I don't know how I ended up with, like, Irish. Anyways... So, that's enough sadness about Mary Berg being abused. David Berg's a piece of shit. And let me find where we get to... okay, so... Here's something interesting. Child brides. How old were Adam and Eve when they got married? That was propaganda back in the day. You have to do it, Abo. See, I don't know how to do the accent. So, let's read some of this. I think the teenage years when I needed sex the most. Isn't it ridiculous though that at the age when you need sex the most, that it's the most forbidden? You can't get away with masturbation somewhat when you're younger, but to have sex together with the opposite sex at the age of puberty and throughout your teens when you need it the most is virtually either forbidden or made impossible. Ugh. So somewhere in here, I forget where it's written. Let's see. The teen boys seem to enjoy. I want to make sure I find the right entry. Just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. It's in here somewhere. So David Berg has wrote this. Teen boys seem to enjoy sex, but have far less experience than the girls, unless they're 15 or 16 or over. Most of the teen boys have not been nearly as involved with sex with adults as the girls have. Teen girls, however, easily fall in love with older men. This is common with them, and it seems very important that we try to closely shepherd our teen girls and encourage them to favor fellowship with good spiritual experiences, as teens are extremely sensitive and easily swayed and influenced by the adults around them. She talked to your ass and stressed that and shut up for hours straight the one time he called in. Yeah, well, he cried about it on the forum, saying they gay-opped people on their show and people are going to stop showing up to their internet blood sports show if they don't stop gay-opping. That's what he said on Kiwi Farms. But that was a fucking retarded take. Like, it was just someone that was very fucking bitter. In India, they often had child brides at 7 years of age. They can get married at that age. Then they could do all the fucking they want without having to worry about any kids until they are 12 years old. Maria. And by that time, they'll for sure be ready for some. They teach and train you. Ugh. So, when was this posted? 1977. The Children of God was trying to justify children brides, children's having sex and marrying, and kids having children. David Berg was trying to justify that. 1977. What the fuck, dude? And there's other cults that done the same shit. This is I think that has the most fucking documents for it. EJ bullied Shaggy off the internet. Fuck yeah. That's pretty funny. EJ bullying Shaggy. I imagine bullying Shaggy's not hard though. Alright, so let's get out of this. Ugh. Alright, so late 90s. Yeah, so I read that. Let's see, I have Family International, 1980.
That after all, we've strayed and yes, we've been bad. We're thankful for your love and for sending the searchers to give us a chance. We vow.
She has that really fucking like underbite. Yeah, James, but their practice lasted until like their pedophilia shit lasted until 94. Until it was like completely rooted out and everyone deemed it okay. That's because David Berg died and the new people came in and made it a more super oppressive Christian, like Judeo-Christian organization. But we're getting to that. We're in like the mid-late 80s.
To do our best. After you're gone.
I know this is supposed to be serious, but I can't help it. Oh, the tism, bro. Let's post this here. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. It was some dude named Eric that bullied Shaggy off the internet. Sorry, going off some. You're good. I was gay opted into believing EJ really did fuck with Shaggy. That's pretty funny. I just posted a pic of him just before this in my server. Spooky. What up, Ufta? How you doing? I thought they were gone by the 90s. 94 is when it rebranded. Oh, fuck her face. This is proof that incest was real in the children of God. The weirdo sex pedophiles.
After reading your letters, the first thing I thought was, Dad, I don't want you to leave. And yes, we promise that we'll carry it on. At least we'll try with all of our heart. But before you go, we just want you to know, oh, Dad, we're gonna carry it on. After you're gone, oh, Dad, it's gonna break my heart. The love you've shown to me. After reading your letters, the first thing I thought was, Dad, I don't want you to leave.
Alright, I don't think this is the Family International. This can't be the Family International. Oh, this Ashley Cover said, I am sure you're a part of it. Love for the date nights with children, huh? She's sitting on the uploader. Much love and prayers for you, David. So there's Family International right here, bro. OG. Hey, family. Thank God for you. If it's not you, damn, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is pretty fucking solid, bro. Oh, so we got some Family International up in just the fucking weirdo shit. Oh, sorry. My brain's just breaking. Good talk. Good talk. Alright, so what is this? I don't know what this is. Clearly I watched 2 minutes of it. 3 minutes of it. I don't know what this is. Oh, whoa, turn down. Oh, I think this is recruitment. Oh yeah, this is recruitment. Bro. They're Hacker Man. What up, Noodles? Holy fuck, that was extremely loud. No way. Hold on. I'm not mentally ready for what type of 80s fucking shithole we walked into. With the Children of God, the pedophile sex doomsday cult. Alright, I guess we're in the music videos.
Can't live without you. What machine can heal a heart that's broken? What machine can understand me? What can I do when I am blue? Send out a signal of love from me to you. SOS, my signal of distress. SOS.
So I think this is just all music. This is Family International. What the fuck is this? They may be an evil child stealing cult, but they can make catchy songs, and in the end, isn't that what really counts? So yeah, this is just music for them. Why did the guy from the podcast listen this 20 or 30 times? Huh? All right, so let's go back and listen to some weird music.
I believe it. Oh, I believe it. There's gonna be a change in this world. I believe it. Oh, I believe
So maybe that's what the commenter was talking about. Red Letter Media probably listened to this 20 times in a row.
Find out you're not a monkey, but
This is such a weirdo cult, dude. Oh, fuck.
out of you. Do you think you should be living in a zoo? Don't you know that it's a lie? When it comes your turn to die, you'll find out you're not a monkey but a fool. Well, I've heard some far-fetched stories in my day, but the one I heard this morning takes the cake. Well, I'm looking in the mirror, just checking out my rear, but I can't find a tail growing any place. Did Charlie make a monkey out of you?
This is such weird music for a weirdo sex pedophile cult. So, David Berg dies. And Karen Zerby, also known as Mama Maria, assumed the Queen Cuck role. And then in 95, she started the Love Charter, which was introduced for their, I think it was for the members in the homes. They were opening up the charter homes. And now this is the image that they were becoming is the basis of what people like that talk about the Family International from the 90s and 2000s have claimed why they're more cult-like now. And now the abuse is even more secretive and insulated. I'd rather risk breaking thousands of bucks worth of merch than have to tell the boys I can't tie a knot. That's pretty fucking... You know what? I sympathize. I'm with you on that one, dude. I'm with you on that one. So, let's see. What do I got? Alright, so I found a Reddit thread of somebody that was in the 80s and 90s in the cult. And, they have some pretty, confirming things. I was born in the mid-'80s into the Children of God, also now known as the Family International. And they talk about the early days. And the cult was most recently in the news again due to a murder-suicide by the leader's son. I will get to that. Yoshi talked about it. But, Mr. Man, that's stupid. And it says, I was homeschooled until 11, but even then mostly consisted of reading Christian workbooks to myself. I left the cult when I was 16, so they were born in the mid-'80s, so they left in like the 2000s. and they were in the South America compound until they fled to the U.S. They were a U.S. citizen living in the whore, Babylon the whore. Babylon the whore is a biblical analogy to an apocalyptic nation described in the book Revelation. David Berg believed and taught that this nation was the United States of America. According to Berg's interpretation, Babylon would be attacked by the Antichrist in the latter part of the Great Tribulation. An ensuing nuclear war would destroy the country within 1 hour. Technically true, it would destroy the country within an hour. Not likely. But it was called the whore. The United States was called the whore. And someone says, wow, how old were your parents when you were conceived? How old were you when you began having sex? They joined the cult in the op. Parents joined the cult in Europe and they met when they were 18. And that's when they had him a couple years later. Oh, and then since they were about to fuck in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, that was when they switched the rules to where you can't have sex under 16 in most states. Bronx can ollie off a skateboard while reciting his vows to you. You know Jarbo has to be your best man. Scream Matt one as you walk down the aisles. Magical. Matt one. Matt fucking one. All right. As for sex and daily culture, it largely depended on the commune where you lived. The closer you were to leadership, the more open and common it was. You'd have things like sex schedules. So, even when they became the Family International, this shit happened. Since the end of flirty fishing, sex with non-members, systemites is banned on penalty of excommunication. So, when David Berg died, that's when they introduced sex with... Well, that's when flirty fishing also ended, because they rebranded to be more Christian. But that's where this thread kind of dies. Like, right here is they're justifying that the children abuse that happened was only... The only times it ever happened is when the family talked about it. So they're still kind of guarding the cult, I think. I might have misread that. But, so, they renamed in the 90s. I swear I had something. Well, we can go back to when the charter opened up, 95. And this is when I say it becomes more Christian, like outwardly, is, dear family, each one of you who is so precious and means so much to me, to Dad and the Lord, something wonderful is about to happen. You are about to receive a great treasure. The Lord has heard your desperate heart cries, and he has answered. He has seen your tears of desire to be closer to your children and have a stronger bond and of love with them. He has seen your frustrations at not being able to do what you felt he was showing you. He has known your great need for a loving touch and for someone to lie beside you with their arms around you and tell you they care. So they're still like into that like kind of like sex thing, but they're not going to talk about sex now. It's for a loving touch. Are you on top of chat, Sort? That's cool. It's sounding pretty good so far. Well, outside of all the pedophilia that was openly talked about in pre-94, because we even read one of his fucking excerpts saying it's okay for kids to fuck. But, are you on top of chat? Yeah. I'm on top of chat. Chat's the homies. You guys are keeping me company. But, let's read another charter guideline. When you read the charter, when you study it, when you think of it, when you apply it, think of love. It is our love charter, given by the Lord and Dad in love, written by Peter and our team workers in love, then labored over by your leadership in love, and studied and prayed over by many other family members in love. Bro, if someone has to say love that much in one sentence, They are in a cult. Oh, fuck. All right, here. It is a new day, and the Lord is calling for a love revolution. Our family is dry and thirsty for the Spirit and needs a massive infusion of love. Some of our children are questioning and unfulfilled, and all need to feel our love. See, that has some really dark undertones given their history. The world is dark and evil and needs to feel our healing touch and our warm concern and our tears and our compassion. Now is the time not to just read about love, nor talk about it, nor call ourselves by it, but to do it. This is our last chance to be the family God wants us to be, and to love everyone in every circumstance. In order to do this, we must have a great change in our personal lives, in our spirits, in our attitudes, in our schedules, in our homes, in our leadership structure. Yeah, yeah, I talked about Rose McGowan and River Phoenix. I didn't dive deep into River Phoenix, but he did say in an interview that he was fucked in the ass as a kid. And Joaquin, after River died years later, said, nah, he was just joking with you guys. I doubt it, given everything that's fucking come out about child sex in the early days, and he was born from parents that started the cult. So River could try to troll, and I feel for his brother trying to clear up his name, but that shit happened. And this fucking cult's gross. Like, I haven't even gotten to the modern day abuse yet. Like, right now I'm at where the Family International changed, and Karen Zerbe started running it. This fucking group, dude. Physical abuse. They're disciplined. Like, they have quite a few. Oh, this is Ricky Rodriguez, which I'll watch this video here in a minute. Investigation regarding the bibliography of the children of God. So people started investigating them based off talking about how the cult tries to justify all the acts of abuse that were committed. Thus, in Good News number, they say, in the past, before our hypocritical enemies started slinging all their child abuse accusations at us, we enjoyed certain God-given liberties in that natural attraction occasionally did lead to some involvement and affection showing between some of our adult men and teen girls, and the same thing occasionally took place between some teen boys and adult women. Yeah, Charlie Sheen was close to those guys. But it was all more of a drug thing, not a cult thing. But it fucking happened. And they're fucking like, until they started saying we were abusing our kids, it was okay for it to fucking happen. Lashes of Love. Here we go. Lashes of Love by Moses David. Do you think you had enough prayer? It's not how long you pray or how much you pray. It's how much you believe. Amen. Have thy way now, Lord. Thy will be done. Lead and guide by thy Spirit, Lord. So, this is just him saying, like, hey, love the Lord. It's okay. You tempted me to stop the spanking a little prematurely before they've really learned their lesson. Because they're screaming. Ugh. Yeah, that's Ricky Rodriguez. He shot the woman that his mom, Karen Zerbe, had care for him. I'm pretty sure his mom was Karen Zerbe, the current leader. All right. So I'm going to leave this open. I'll get back to that. Ricky Rodriguez. This is his like his manifesto. Richard P. Ricky Rodriguez, also known as Davidito and Pete, was born in 1975. on the island of Tenerife in the Canary Islands of Spain to Karen Zerbe, and Carlos, a Hotel Bel Air in Santa Cruz. And Zerbe, flirty fished. His mother was the companion of David Berg, founder and leader of the Children of God / the Family, a high-demand, highly sexualized, apocalyptic religious movement. And his nickname was Davidito. So, he grew up in, right here, from his birth, David Berg and Karen Zerbe determined to make Rick a poster boy for their followers. He was, according to them, a divine prince destined to lead the children of God through the biblical end time. As such, they felt that Rick must be molded into an ideal follower, an incarnation of their beliefs and practices. His upbringing was exhaustively documented and highly publicized as a model for all parents in the family to follow. As a result, Rick's childhood youth was spent in a highly controlled environment characterized by intense indoctrination, stringent discipline, and sexual initiation by adults. As Ricky grew up, he developed a deep-seated resentment towards Berg and Zerbe because of the sexual abuse he had suffered as a child due to their policies, and because of the unnatural way in which he was raised. He would later state that he and his sister were never allowed to be just children, but always had to perform and demonstrate their supposed natural superiority to other children in the group. In 2001, he finally left the cult after his mom became the leader. And he says him and his wife, fiance, said they cannot continue to condone or be party to what we feel is an abusive, manipulative organization that teaches false doctrine. Somehow he learned Christianity and learned that what they were doing was wrong Christianity. Oh, it is murder-suicide note. I agree, Mr. Man. Equating pain and love is a bad take. So, after a while, him and his girl were married. And after him thinking about what happened over the 3 years he was away, he moved to Arizona. And from there, he decided, I'm assuming at that time when he moved to Tucson, Arizona, somehow he just like, you know what, fuck this. And in January 2005, he arranged a meeting with longtime family member and close associate of his mother, Angela Smith, formerly Suzanne Joy Cotton, and stabbed her to death in his apartment. He then drove to Blythe, California, where he shot himself in the head. He released a videotape to be distributed to friends, family, and former members explaining his actions. In this video, Ricky says he saw himself as a vigilante avenging children like him and his sisters who had been subject to rapes and beatings. There's this need that I have, he said. It's not a want, it's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice because I can't go on like this. I'm going to say the dude's a fucking hero. Ugh. Yeah, James, I clicked on it and I just read the text excerpts of the abuse. Lashes of love. Like, the child bride thing is just pretty crazy. Bird investigated. Right, here's one of them. And here's just some of the text. I can remember being in love with all my nurses except Adele Grandorf, the big German woman whom I hated, the one that pinched me when bad. All young ones I was in love with, some of the older ones too. So this is David talking about how, justifying that since he was into it, other kids can. But that's a quick thing on them publishing CP shit. Yeah, she got what she deserved. I can't imagine. I mean, actually, I can imagine completely. Ricky Rodriguez living his life, wanting something like that. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this because I think it deserves it. I think it deserves to be played.
Well, hey everyone. This is Rick, and I'm making this video. Well, for many reasons, I guess. I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of the way I feel.
You know, he's listening to Sum 41, by the way, guys.
My ideas, just who I was, really. I've got to know some ex-members here and there, some more than others. But I wanted to explain
I'll try.
some of the things that I've been doing and thinking, and some of the frustrations that I've had. And anyway, I don't know, I guess it's my sort of my last grasp at immortality. I know that I'm not immortal, and I know that this video
Well,
is not
the
gonna
video
be
was recorded in 2004 or 5, but it was just him talking about life after the cult, how he met a few members, and he talks about his life in the cult, the abuse he went through. I'm gonna post the link to this video in the description. I'm gonna post xfamily.org in the description after this, and exfamily.org, which I think is just another website doing the same exact thing. But this is his video manifesto about life in the cult. Oh, worldcultwatch.org/children, and it talks about children of God. January 7th, 2005, the day he stabbed that woman. But yeah, it's kind of. I got some letters, not some letters, some videos I'm gonna play. Loading clips like the Punisher. Subtitles. I'll see if I can do subtitles. Yeah. All right.
So, but at the same time, I want people to know that even though some of the things that I'm going to try to do are rather shocking and maybe not right in a lot of people's books, I want to explain some of the reasons.
I learned a lot about that Bjork. That was old Livewire days when I found shit like that. I listened to the Bjork Stalker, and I watched a couple videos on YouTube by people, I think, that were fans of the Kumite. I think Wang talked about the Bjork Stalker. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not him. Want to hear something funny, Mr. Man? This person called me a troll. I did.
So anyway, I'm just loading some of my mags here. Hope you guys don't mind if I do that while I talk. Originally, I thought that I was going to have this opportunity in March. It's early January right now. And I don't know, I guess I just got some bad information because all of a sudden, a couple days ago, I heard that the opportunity was going to arise in this weekend, which is basically, right now it's Friday night. So I was kind of caught off guard. I really wasn't prepared. So I'm sort of having to cram.
This dude is loading clips because he thinks he's about to have a shootout with somebody. Like that, or this dude planned on going through a compound. But from what he's talking about, he says his opportunity. So I think he did plan on killing woman, shootout with police. But At least the fucking closed caption is great. This is like pre-automation, so.
Yeah. It's funny. I always thought that, you know, if I...
Yeah, Yoshi, dude, I downloaded one of the 7 hours of that, like, fucking years back. Dude, it was... His obsession and his mental state was bizarre. A good case study, really. JB, don't watch me. Lobster, Mr. Man called magazines the wrong term. Yeah, the Bjork stalker. Didn't he have schizophrenia, or was he just batshit crazy? Like his mind just snapped. Because I thought it was speculated he did have schizo, and for some reason Bjork just caught his schizophrenia. I'm not saying schizophrenics are violent. I'm just saying, like, his behavior just reminded me of just the crazy schizos, not the ones that are just ranting on YouTube.
I used to think a lot about suicide. It actually, believe it or not, it should have started a long time ago. It should have started when I was fucking born, actually. But to tell you the truth, it didn't really start in earnest until the infamous teen training happened. Yes, teen training. And man, I started thinking, wow, how could I do it? I wasn't the oldest. I was the oldest for a long time, but of course at teen training there was a bunch of girls there that were older than I was. But you know, let me tell you, suicide is not something that you talked about with people, anybody, or you know, are you gonna turn into a fucking meanie case? They beat the devil out of you, or whatever. It's just fucking insane. But y'all know that. That's old news. Anyway, that was when I started thinking about suicide. I was thinking, well, you know, what kind of poisons are there? Poisons, you know, are easy, or so I thought. I've learned since then that if you want to take some poison and you want to make sure that it's good, or at least, you know, be reasonably sure it's going to work, it's good to take some Dramamine beforehand. Settle your stomach.
Dramamine, not Datamine.
Anyway, I didn't know that then. I thought about, you know, drinking chlorine, which of course is ridiculous. I thought of, you know, like maybe, I heard of lead poisoning, you know, I thought, oh, maybe I could like, you know, jab a pencil under my skin or something. It was stupid shit, you know, but I was just a little kid. Actually, what gave me that idea was...
He's talking about wanting to kill himself as a kid, guys. Guys, he didn't like dealing with this shit.
Sarah, indirectly, of course, because she used to scream and yell at my sister whenever she was... I think I actually might have told this fucking story. Anyway, she would... well, I mean, my sister had such a fucked up time in teen training. She's a fucking 6-year-old, for God's sake.
Holy shit. Bob, that's a fucking fun fact. Huh. That's pretty, Huh. Holy shit.
Fucking animals. I hate those fuckers. They're gonna fucking get it, too, if I have anything to do with it. Anyway, let's stay on the course here, Rick. Okay, so, I think I got 13 in here. The cool thing about the Republicans is their love of guns. They just love their fucking guns. And now that the assault ban has expired, which I credit them for, we have high-capacity magazines. Now, I only have... This is my super cool Kydex sheath that I got from sidearmor.com. It's an I think they call it a in-belt or in-waistband holder, so it doesn't actually stick out. It actually goes inside your belt. You can pull your shirt over it. It's very cool. Anyway, when you're carrying a loaded gun, the Glock is a very safe weapon, but there's no real safety on it except for a little button right on the trigger that has to be
Stalkers were
pressed.
so much cooler before the internet. Hot take.
So the idea of just sticking it in my pants with a clip or whatever just didn't really appeal to me. Because if you get into a fight or something, somebody, I don't know, stabs you with something or whatever, you're rolling around on the ground, you just don't want the fucking thing to go off. So this nice Kydex sheath worked very cool, I think. Anyway, I went with the Glock 23, 40 caliber. I thought of 9mm. I think everybody does. The reason is that I didn't go with 9 is that there's the great debate always, because the 9mm people say that their guns are the greatest things that slice fucking bread.
So that's all right. We're getting too far into this, and let's see what he's like.
Yeah, I'm sort of quitting right now, but in a way I'm not, because I'm not doing it the way I want to do it. I'm trying to do something lasting. Something that if, God forbid, in the next life does go on, that I can look back on this, if I'm able to, and know that, okay, maybe I didn't technically do the right thing, but...
So he went from shooting up a group of them to just killing that one woman. But, ooh. Alright. I got some more videos. Kind of a palate cleanser because my brain is sad now. This is one of their churches. Their 3D modeling is garbage. I figure this is interesting. God, they choose cult colors.
Hey guys and gals, get hip with a new craze. Register today for your very own personal 666 barcode implant. No more need to carry cash or credit cards. The price of the goods you buy is now automatically subtracted from your bank account by the computer terminal at the checkout stand. It's fast, it's easy.
Yeah, it's like what, 140p, 240p. You bought like a good face. I forgot they were scared of supermarkets. I don't have the lore on that, but that has come up a couple times. Show you guys. That's pretty funny. Oh shit. That's pretty funny, Mr. Man. I appreciate that.
Cause there's a very strange man at the checkout stand, and there's a laser scanner where you put your hand. Kathy, don't go to the supermarket today. Don't go, Kathy, don't
Kathy, don't go!
Without a computer ID, there's no way to pay. Don't go, please don't go.
I want to, you know what? There we go. The red letter media version of this was in Korean. That's because they suck. All you do is type in Children of God or The Family International and start watching shit.
You know, even Jesus desired me as a woman. As children, as you learn to brush your teeth, we learned to have sex.
Oh yeah, Spaz did send one.
The Children of God, and it started with a man called David Brentberg. He had a lot of darkness inside him. As women, the way that we can express our love is to serve men, which represent God, our bodies and our sexuality. everything was.
Yeah, so there's more proof. This is depressing me. Oh shit. So this is them.
I want there to be some record.
Ricky Rodriguez left behind this home video as a suicide note before shooting himself in the head last month. On the tape, Rodriguez lays out his plan to murder a leader of a religious sex cult called the Children of God, also known as the Family.
It's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice.
Rodriguez stabbed 51-year-old Angela Smith to death as revenge, he said, for years of sexual abuse he suffered as a child growing up in the cult. Smith was a long-time member of the cult who served on the board of directors of the Family Care Foundation in Dulzura, a Christian missionary group with close ties to the family.
Yeah.
She was.
Wait, what?
Close ties to the family. A longtime member of the cult who served on the board of directors of the Family Care Foundation in Dulzura, a Christian missionary group with close ties to the family.
Family Care is the
She
family.
was the most caring, kind, loving individual, and it truly is sad.
It must only affect PCs though, or the links just expire quick because they get found out. Well, when it comes to the worm that went around the servers the other day. You fell for it too. Yeah, they are.
That
Red Letter Media are boomers.
that her life was ended so tragically.
Cassandra Mooney was friends with Smith and has
cult member crying. Boo-hoo.
been an active member of the cult for decades. Mooney works for another nonprofit with close ties to the cult, Activated Ministries in Escondido, distributing Christian literature.
It's a life of preaching the gospel and helping other people to know about Jesus, and that is what we are all about.
To this day, some members of the family still live in communes. During the 1970s and 80s, cult leaders advocated open sexuality, even among children, a practice that led to widespread child sex abuse, according to former members.
It was systematic abuse, and it was doctrinal.
San Diegan Jim LaMattery left the group in 1975, before most of the alleged abuse took place. LaMattery says cult leaders continue to deny responsibility.
I don't want to see another murder. I don't want to see another suicide. And they have a responsibility to stop it. And that means
It's not the link, it's the simple phishing attack. It tells you to input your Discord account information by clicking the link itself. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh. They tried to get me. But I have 2FA and a change password. But that's pretty clever though. So it's a phishing attack. So like as soon as they just get your account information, a bot sends out as you, since it has your information. Discord Nitro. You know, Shrimp is such a really nice dude. I feel bad because like him sending that shit literally could be such a genuine like gift that I'm surprised more people didn't click it, or people are just not admitting to it, because Shrimp's a nice dude, and him sending that, it's like, oh, hey, Shrimp's just being a nice dude. He's gifting me something. You wouldn't expect it to be a fucking phishing link. Sorry, I was just reading chat. You asked me if I was on top of it, and I am.
yes, standing up. And if that means some of them go to jail, well, that's what accountability
But
is.
after this, I'm going to cap
Cult
this off.
leaders say they banned all sexual contact with minors in 1986, and they've apologized to the victims. Even so, many cult members have a hard time believing that child abuse actually took place.
I
Oh, of course they don't believe it happened.
have been a missionary for 33 years, and I have never, and as a part of the family, I have never witnessed the abuse that is being brought up in all of these allegations.
But some of those allegations are backed up by court documents. Take Paul Peliquin, for example. Cult leaders sponsored his work with children in Africa, even though he's named in a 1995 court case in England as someone who abused young girls. Then there's Philip Sloan. San Diego court documents say Sloan repeatedly molested his stepdaughters while in the cult. Yet the Family Care Foundation in Dulzura gave Sloan more than $100,000 worth of donations to help finance his work with at-risk teenagers.
I'm scared. I'm scared that people do not understand when they make a donation to these.
What tipped me off, though, Shrimp, was the fact that 3 servers I was in got hit. 2 of them, luckily, I mod for. Oh, fuck. It happens, though. Everyone gets got. I've been gotten get. Other people's been getting got. It's all a matter of time before you get got, before you got get. And if you got get, then you get got. Got it? Good.
So-called charitable foundations, that they're actually perpetuating the cycle of abuse.
But cult member Cassandra Mooney says her only concern is doing the Lord's work.
Listen, these are people's lives.
But their Lord's work is loving sexually, like loving people sexually as worship to God. Anyways, this cult, as you can see, people are coming out now, and there's people that are even saying it's still going on. The Family International, don't they run those tough love camps also? Yeah, everyone, yeah, that caught me too. That's why I went to the server. So I was like, that's weird. Well, it's crazy because when you have Discord Nitro, sometimes it gives you Discord Nitro as a gift. Or it gives you like free shit having Discord Nitro. Look at Yoshi fucking power leveling like fucking the chat, dude. Look at that power level. Look at that power level. Alright, anyways. So, that's Children of God, the Family International. Cult full of pedophiles. I was going to use a lot of shit that had to do nowadays, but most of it was just Reddit comments. Quite literally. But the links I have in the description, that I will post in the description, will have the xfamilies.org links, and then it will have fuck, I said there's going to be something else in there. Oh, the Rodriguez YouTube link. The Rick Rodriguez one. But that's all. That's all I got for tonight, folks. Let's see. I don't want to play the Family International Sucker for Love. I might. You know what? We'll listen to Family International Sucker for Love. But that's WeirdoZ, Cult of WeirdoZ, whatever this show is called today. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. I gotta lay down. That's funny, Bob. I'm checking autism stew. Alright, anyways. I will play music. Also, Tis a Basement Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Y'all gotta check that out. It could be a Luciferian. Could be the life of a child. Sure, could be. Alright. But have a good night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.
So you think is so big you can just do it on your own. Like the prodigal son when he ran away from home, was his very own man, took his life in his own hands, but was brought to his knees when a famine hit the land. A fool for the system eating with the swine, or a fool for his daddy back home drinking wine. Now you're headed for the pit, and I congratulate you. Take a look at yourself and see what your pride has made you. Will you suffer for the world, left for bleeding and dead, or will you come back home and work for daddy instead?
I'm a sucker for love, a fool for Christ's sake, a slave of the cross that I choose to take. I'm all bought up and now I'm not my own. It's the greatest freedom I've ever known.
You want to outsmart life, want to buy your freedom, well, so you Eve in the Garden of Eden. But when the naked body was raped with shame, she knew down inside she had herself to blame. Oh, she thought she'd bend a rule, she thought she'd be no fool, but she's a sucker now because just look whose fool she was. And now you're standing in the garden and the serpent will taunt you and dare you to go and do as you want to. But he knows the choice is what the choice has always been. You're a fool for God or you're a fool for him.
I'm a sucker for love, a fool for Christ's sake, a slave of the cross that I choose to take. I'm all bought up and now I'm not my own. It's the greatest freedom I've ever known.
Yes, I'm a sucker for love, fool for Christ's sake, a slave of the cross that I choose to take. I'm all bought up and now I'm not my own. But it's the greatest kind of freedom that I've ever known. Now it really doesn't matter whatever you are, be it a businessman, a worker, or a superstar. You think you're living for yourself? Well, you've been deceived, believing what the serpent would want you to believe. But as far as I'm concerned, the choice is down to two: fool for God or the devil. So tell me who's for you?
I'm a sucker for love, a fool for Christ's sake, a slave of the cross that I choose to take. I'm all bought up and now I'm not my own. It's the greatest freedom I've ever known. I'm a sucker for love, a fool for Christ's sake, a slave of the cross that I choose to take. I'm all bought up and now I'm not my own. It's the greatest freedom I've ever known.
The internet is not a big truck. The internet is not something that you just dump something on. The internet is not a big truck. The internet is a series of tools. The internet is not a big truck. The internet is not something that you just dump something on. The internet is not a big truck. The internet